If you could please call the roll.
Mayor Pollan.
Here.
Vice Mayor Satula.
Here.
Councilman Smith.
Here.
Town Manager Hicks.
Here.
All right, moving on to the approval of minutes, January 7th town meeting minutes and January 23rd work session minutes.
Mr. Mayor, I move we accept the meeting minutes as presented.
I second that.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the minutes are approved. Moving on to reports of officers, boards, and committees. First, the permits report.
Building use and occupancy sign permits issued during the month of January 2019. Building permits, January 2nd, K&N Properties, 7 Gearing Court, renovations to existing single-family dwelling. January 16th, Trinity Solar for Tanisha Burley, 88 Riverside Run Drive, roof-mounted solar panels. January 23rd, T-Mobile SmartLink, 15 Moose Lodge Way, generator on concrete pad at existing tower site. Use and occupancy permits, January 4th, Kylie Evans, 810 Indian Head Avenue for a deck. January 30th, Robert Steele, 400 Indian Head Avenue for solar panels. January 30th, Joa Paiva, I apologize if I mispronounced your name, 8 Pine Street, solar panels. No temporary use and occupancy permits, no demolition permits. 1 grading permit, January 31st, Washington Gas, Riverwatch Boulevard, Perry Station at Riverwatch. Install 2,690 feet of 2-inch gas main line. No sign permits and no temporary sign permits.
Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, and also finance report. Yep.
Finance report for January 2019. Cash balance as of January 1st, 2019, $531,152.62. Total revenues, $348,754.57. Total expenditures, $702,997.05. Cash balance as of January 31st, 2019, $176,910.14. And total investments, $1,051,486.76.
Thank you, Annie. Moving on to the town manager report, code enforcement and planning commission reports.
Town Manager's Report, January 2019. The Boardwalk. Arrow Consulting to give a detailed presentation at the March town meeting. Online bill pay is operational, linked via the town's website. Please, please, please input the information exactly as it appears on your water bill. Bond bill. The town has purchased the old PNC Bank to convert into a family enrichment center. The town has also applied for an additional bond bill to help with renovations. Wastewater treatment plant. The blower replacement project, which is funded via MDE, will take place and be installed, fingers crossed, this month. Restrooms on the Village Green. We're going over the specs and applying for all permits to begin construction hopefully in the spring of 2019. Karen, spring 2019. Town is also working on a stormwater ordinance. It's currently in the draft phase. And last but not least, the town is looking to update its current building codes. One second here. Code enforcement report, January 2019. The town issued 3 notices violations during the month. 1 untagged vehicle fine, 1 noise fine, 1 rental license fine, and the town also performed 2 rental inspections during the month. And last but not least, the Planning Commission report. The Planning Commission approved the FY17 annual report and discussed the draft critical area ordinance and the revised critical area definitions.
Okay. Thank you very much. Moving on to Parks and Recreation and Environmental Sustainability Committee reports.
I have one question for the town manager.
Yes, sir.
Ryan, could you just briefly go over the noise ordinance so people can get some detail? You don't have to go into a great amount of detail because it's available. But is there anything you can provide on that?
The real gist of it is between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. And then the times change on the weekends. I believe it's 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. or something like that, or 9 a.m. So there's different time frames for the ordinance, and there's different things that constitute a nuisance as it relates to the town ordinance.
All right, so if you like more detail, it's available on the town website. But we do get quite a few noise complaints, so it would benefit each resident to at least familiarize themselves with that. All right, for Parks and Rec and Environmental Sustainability, the 2019 Indian Head Farmers and Craft Market will begin Thursday, April 4th to October 3rd. It's only going to be on Thursdays this year. No weekend farmers market. The hours will be 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So only on Thursdays. During Black History Month, just wanted to recognize one gentleman who was instrumental in doing things in the town and the county as well, John Jr. Harris. He used to run the old Eli store. He was the first African-American elected as president of the Charles County Chamber of Commerce. And he was also a very instrumental in basketball. He's a basketball aficionado, and he had a local team, and they traveled around the world representing Charles County. And beginning in this year, we're going to host an annual basketball tournament for him at Henry E. Lackey High School. It'll be the weekend of April 27th. So it's a Saturday and Sunday event. It's hosted by the Kiwanis Club International. And Junior Harris, we're going to be putting more information out on Mr. Harris, but he did a lot in the Southern Maryland region. He actually started the Kiwanis clubs in our area. And lastly, the College of Southern Maryland has an EARN pre-enterprise training program, and they're looking for participants. I will put some information out on the town we'll have something put on the town website and the Facebook page, but there's only 40 slots. It's a free program. They provide training in various areas, and that's all I have. Are there any questions? Oh, one last thing. All right, so with the weather going to get warm here soon, we're going to have some community cleanups. So I'd like to see if we can get more participation this year to keep our town clean. I remember Mr. Bowie spoke of the trash. So if we have more cleanups, we're also going to look at putting some more trash cans strategically around town to aid us in that effort to keep the town clean. But if people could not throw their trash out, that would be greatly appreciated. There are no questions for me? All right, thank you.
No Bureau of Fire Prevention report today, so straight to Community Affairs with Karen.
Good evening, everybody. The first meeting of 2019 of the town's Community Activities Committee will be on Tuesday, February 12th at 7 o'clock here in the Village Green. We're actually going to meet at 6:30 to have dinner. We do that we try to do it in January each year since we're too busy at Christmas time to sit down and enjoy a meal together. So it will be on February 12th at 6:30, and the meeting will start at 7. And then coming up, the Senior Services of Charles County, in conjunction with the Indian Head Senior Center, will be holding a cash bingo fundraiser, which is open to the public. It benefits the Charles County Senior Centers. It will be on Thursday, March 21st. It'll be here in the Village Green Pavilion. Early birds at 10 a.m. Doors will open at 9 a.m. It's $20 for a regular game and specials, $2 for early birds and coveralls. And they have payouts, and they have a cold sub lunch for purchase, 50/50 pull tabs, door prizes. And if you have any questions, you can contact the Senior Center at 301-743-2125, or you can always drop in, because they love to have people drop in and say hello. Coming up on the town's horizon for community activities, our first big event of the year will be on Sunday, April the 7th, which is our annual Children's Spring Party and Easter Egg Hunt. It will be from 2 to 4 here in the pavilion and also on the Village Green. It's for ages, birth to 12 years, accompanied by an adult. Infants under 1 are free. Includes lunch, carnival, and guessing games, the 4-H bunnies display, children's craft making, door prizes, the Easter egg hunt, and photos with the Easter bunny will be $1, and admission for all ages from 1 and above is $2. And we ask you to bring an Easter basket, but if you forget yours, we always have extra bags on hand. We're always looking for volunteers to donate candy as generously as AVSI does every year for that and Halloween. just to mention, because I see her in the audience, and other people and other businesses do donate as well. We're always looking for donations, and we're also looking for help to man the carnival games that we have for the kids and the different activities. And of course, we'll be doing our 2019 calendar for the entire year of our events, and we'll be putting that together and getting it distributed here after the February meeting. That's all I have. Question, honey? Why did we switch to the white tickets? No, we picked up eggs. We pick up eggs every year. No, the prizes for the Easter egg hunts for the 4 age groups that go out, we have a gold, a bronze, and a silver basket, and then everybody that participates comes in and gets a bag of candy. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yes. In the past, we did the gold, bronze, and silver eggs outside. And this past year, because we had so many problems with people not being so honest, adults, not children, we let everybody go out and pick up as many eggs as you could. I'm sorry, thank you for reminding me of that. That they picked up as many eggs, we timed them and made a fun game out of it. Picked up as many as they could, brought them in, and each person got a bag of candy. And then each child, as they came in, got a door prize ticket, and we drew it that way. Because that's the only way that the committee found that we could come up with a fairer way than, unfortunately, some people not being honest and telling their child where the egg was or picking it up for them. Well, I know that you weren't one of them that we had a problem with, so that's why we tried that. And it worked out pretty good. Most of the kids, I mean, everybody had a fair shot at it then to get the basket, as opposed to the people coming back in saying, well, that kid's mother went and handed him the egg, and then it makes it bad for everybody else. So we were trying to make it fun. Okay, well, thank you for asking that. Any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Moving on to the community policing report, Officer Dooley. No major crimes or crime trends to report in the town. I'm going to talk a little bit about IRS impersonation scams, the phone calls that you've been getting and I've gotten several times, actually. It's a pain in the butt. But Karen Williams has provided some flyers for us at the front, so if you want to grab one of those to get detailed information, but I'll read briefly on what's going on with it. So essentially they're calling and asking for gift cards. So the IRS wants you to pay your back taxes with gift cards. Makes a lot of sense, right? People fall for it all the time. So a couple stats, the state of California has the most losses at 10 million. New York, 4 million. Texas, 4 million. Illinois, 3 million. Florida, 2 million. Those are the top 5 losses in the United States. So obviously, if the IRS is going to get in touch with you to pay back taxes, they're not going to ask for gift cards. So if these people call you, just hang up right away. And on the form, there's a website you can go to. It goes to the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration. They're responsible for overseeing the IRS and making sure they're doing what they're supposed to. But they've also picked up on these fraud cases as well. So you can go to their website and you can fill out it's called an IRS telephone scam form. So you can just let them know, hey, this is the number it came from, this is what's going on. Most of the time they're international, but there's some that are local as well. There are some being done in the United States. So they can actually follow up a little bit more on those. So if you get it, go ahead and just fill that form out that way. If it is one of the ones in the United States, they can hopefully figure out who's doing it. That's all I have pretty much. Please pick up the forms on your way out, and if you have any questions, feel free. None? All right, thank you very much. No briefings tonight, no presentations or recognitions, no resolutions, no ordinances, no petitions, no unfinished business, and no new business. On to miscellaneous announcement of upcoming meetings. Parks and Recreation and Environmental Sustainability Committee, no meeting in February. Community Activities Committee,
will meet Tuesday, February 12th, 7 p.m. at the Village Green Pavilion. Indian Head Parks and Rec and Kiwanis Club of Charles County event to honor John Jr. Harris, Saturday, February 16th, 10 a.m. at the Village Green Pavilion. Town Hall, Community Affairs, and Public Works will be closed Monday, February 18th. No trash pickup. Planning Commission will meet Wednesday, February 20th, 7 p.m. at the Village Green Pavilion. The next Town Council work session will be Wednesday, February 27th, 3:30 p.m. at Town Hall. And the next town meeting will be Monday, March 4th, 7:30 p.m. at the Village Green Pavilion. And now, on to citizens' comments. If you have a comment, please go up to the podium, state your name and street, and your comment.
Curtis Smith, 104 Mattingly Avenue. I do cybersecurity for a living. Thank you for sharing that, Officer Dooley. The best thing to do when you get called or an email is use like a cooling off period, like 72 hours. Say, yeah, that sounds cool. I'll think about it. Give yourself at least 72 hours before you act on an email. You know, that's a nice cat video and you want to click on the cat video and then they infect your computer and all these things. Give yourself a cooling off period. The IRS will not call you, but if you think they may call you, give yourself a cooling off period. 72 hours can change your life. So don't fall for these scams. Thank you.
Ron has an example of a or
sensitive and urgent, as after all that we found that there was a fraud and misconduct on your tax filing, which you are hiding from the federal government. This needs to be rectified immediately. So do return a call on our direct line number. The number is 646233407. Again, 646233407. Thank you.
That's awesome. C3PO and R2D2 are trying to steal your money.
So basically, as most of you know, I do work at the IRS, and then I get these calls too. So I have recorded like 3 or 4 of these calls, just because. And then what I do is I actually, like officer suggested, there is a website. We have 2 websites actually internally within the IRS, and there is also a Treasury website also. So I go and report that there is a form that I fill out and what phone numbers it came from and things like that. There's a response we need to do, and then we submit it. This actually became very critical not too long ago because of a friend of ours, a medical doctor, who used to live here for not too long, and then he moved out to Pennsylvania. He was in the middle of the surgery, conducting open heart surgery kind of situation, and then his wife was traveling somewhere, and they called the wife using what they call a spoofing, and they used the local police officer's number saying, your husband has been arrested. And imagine with two babies and a mother driving in the middle of the highway, and she was so scared that she pulled over and stopped at the troopers' rest area, and then she explained what is going on, where is my husband, and why he was arrested or something, and they found out that it was not the case. But they have the way to call using your husband's number to the wife and wife's number to the husband. So again, IRS will never call you for tax return. They always communicate in written form. We always only send letters with the case number, and we give the number what number to call, and that is the best way. And never, that's one scam. The other for elderly now is because they change the Medicare cards, the numbers, no longer a Social Security card, and then those are now randomized, a combination of alphanumeric numbers, and they will also call you, say, hey, can you verify this and this for you? We just issued a card, did you get it? And verify. Do not ever verify that, because the government never calls you to verify. The moment you verify, some doctor somewhere or some other practitioners are going to use that to bill the government with your name. And it is just, unfortunately, the world that we live in. And I think somebody has a question out there, Mr. Mayor. Okay. Yep.
Thanks for the insight, Ryan. Thank you. Any other citizens' comments? All right. Seeing none, meeting adjourned.